I don't want to look like I'm chasing the price down. So I'm just, not.
You guys saw what I just put in the chat? I said, hey Adam, let's do an interview soon since your other YouTubers are too afraid to cover this. I don't know if you saw it, but...
Oh, no, actually, no, launch is back on. And then we found another bug. No, launch is cancelled. Oh, no, launch is back on. I can't behave like that. Like I say, it's around April 23rd where we came to the decision that we just can't release this. And then, April 26th, that became public knowledge.
I'll just tell you how I feel, and my personal feelings on this is, if we recall what happened last time, what happened? The price tanked before the announcement came out about Digitex delaying the launch of the exchange. So obviously somebody had inside information, right?
Like I say, it's around April 23rd where we came to the decision that we just can't release this.
But what I'm seeing here right now with the price going down, it's literally the same shit we saw last time when they said they were going to launch, and then the price dumped, and next thing you know, announcement rolls out saying, well, it's a delay.
It doesn't work. Well, we've missed another deadline. We've missed another fucking launch date. We've missed it again.
Tell me what other YouTuber told you that how they had a feeling the delay was going to come. I clearly went on a live stream and I said this, man.
Anyway, the crypto lifestyle. Adam, let's do an interview soon since your other YouTubers are too afraid to cover this. Okay then, yeah, I'm up for interviews with anybody. I'm not going anywhere.
So breaking news just occurred. Spotware has fired back at Adam Todd, and these guys come from Forex, traditional centralized markets. Obviously, they're going to be like, oh, no commission fee. That's weird. That's impossible. Nothing's impossible, man. Okay, you could figure it out. So for traditional, these guys who are used to building Forex software, of course, when they hit zero commission fees, they're like, what the hell?
It seems to have become, just common accepted knowledge that this is now a scam because, obviously it's a scam because I made that video in Paris and then I called it off so late. I ain't going nowhere.
It's kind of like when Mark Zuckerberg was in front of Congress and the Congress guy asked him, this business model is not sustainable. How are you going to make money off of this? He's like, we run ads, Senator. Right? So this is it. This is what we're talking about here. Right? Peer-to-peer decentralization. Right? This is something we have no idea of. Okay? I know a lot of YouTubers are jumping on this now, and it's a hot topic, so they wanna get their views up and they wanna look cool and credible. But you guys know me. Whether it's riding high or riding low, I'm always here.
SmartDeck is not going to align itself with a company that they even suspect is a scam.
Exactly.
They know me very well. They know me
Hell
personally.
yeah.
I've met them personally.
Yeah. He actually saw my original message when I said, hey man, do an interview with me, man, since your other YouTubers are too scared. And he knows it. He even laughed. He's like, hey, this
Since your other YouTubers are too afraid to cover this.
This motherfucker may be, kind of bold, but hey, he's right. This crypto lifestyle guy, right? So,
I'll do an interview with anybody at any time. And I'll explain myself in full. And I'll explain myself in full.
Your money working for you, or you working for money?
welcome to the crypto lifestyle. The lifestyle where your money works for you instead of you working for that cashola. And in today's live stream, you can expect a bit of a showdown because we do have the man himself, Mr. Adam Todd, CEO of now the even more so popular exchange, which goes by the name of Digitex Futures, joining us here live. So, Mr. Todd, how are you doing today? Welcome back onto the channel. I just want to thank you for accepting my invite. Yeah, I want to thank you for accepting my invite, rather. I'm not being afraid of facing the music. We all know you got some brass balls, so I shouldn't expect anything different.
Thanks. That was a good intro video. I like that one.
You like that, eh? The heartbeat at the end. Well, let's just let's get right to this. So, I just want to refresh your memory here, Adam. So, we had a lot of unbelievable times here on the Crypto Lifestyle channel, right? Not just us, but the audience as well. They love it when we hook up and do interviews. I don't know if you recall, but the first interview, we had a virtual handstanding contest in the first one, which I won, by the way, right? Okay, I won by submission because you didn't participate, right? But the second interview, it was all rainbows and unicorns. We were meshing, cracking jokes. It was good times, man. But it seems as though right? Those days were nothing but a distant memory. And since then, things has just like the Netflix show led to a series of unfortunate events. You know, we first had the delay in June or the summer of 2018. Then the second delay, and just hear me out though, boss, all right, and you'll get your chance to speak. And then the second delay at the end of last year. And now this most recent one, which has just, YouTubers are running with their shit like wildfire, right? They're bored. They got nothing else to talk about.
What was the first delay in June?
Wasn't it? You guys are supposed to delay. You guys are supposed to launch in June, and then you're on your skateboard, and you said when you're upside down there, and it's like, oh, we're gonna launch in June.
Right.
It's okay. But let me finish. So YouTubers are running with this shit because they're fed up of making empty content about Bitcoin going up and going down, right? So now they got this, so they're jumping on this. We understand. So this is the thing. I think it's safe to say it's a series because after the third time, it becomes a series, right? But you get your chance. Don't worry. But hear me out though, because I'm okay with that though, bro. You know, I'm okay with delays. You know why? Because these types of delays are frankly quite normal in the blockchain development or even just software development space, period. You know, we see blockchain startups delay mainnets time and time again. I'm not going to name names, but anybody who knows crypto knows this, right? Software development delays are a common thing of developing. The first iteration is not going to be the last. The second isn't, or neither the third or the fourth or the fifth. So this is not uncommon is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not upset about Digitex delaying for the third time. I'm truly not. And I also want to highlight this and make this very crystal clear. I personally do not believe that Digitex is a full-fledged scam, okay? And I also believe that there are going to be brighter days ahead of us since Smart Tech is on board and has taken over the development operations, which we will get into a bit later. However, okay, we have to address this, and it's a big however. What I do believe is there may have been some sort of information leaked. I don't know but from who, on the 23rd of April to a select few people, and this is what we're going to tackle first. So I'm just going to bring up a clip, right, and I'll give you your opportunity just to explain yourself and just let us know, right, what's going on here. So let me see if I can get that right here. Here it is.
Like I say, it's around April 23rd where we came to the decision that we just can't release this, and then, you know, April 26th that became public knowledge.
You know, I'll just tell you like how I feel, and my personal feelings on this is, if we recall what happened last time, what happened? The price tanked before the announcement came out about Digitex delaying the launch of the exchange. So obviously somebody had inside information, right?
Like I say, it's around April 23rd where we came to the decision that we just can't release this.
But what I'm seeing here right now with the price going down, it's literally the same shit we saw last time when they said they were going to launch, and then the price dumped, and next thing I know, announcement rolls out saying, well, it's a delay.
It doesn't work.
We all know how that goes, right? And look, I don't mean to cross-examine you like a freaking lawyer, but shit, man. Like, I mean, it's still concerning. Like, you know what? If I can really truly express how I feel, and I have an audience, and I can be real with them, I don't want them to listen to me, and I wouldn't want anyone to listen to someone like that.
Right. No, you should absolutely ask the hard question. I mean, that's what I'm here to answer. You know, I'm here to face the music, you know, answer questions like this. So, you know, don't pull any punches, please. You ask whatever questions you want to ask.
Appreciate that. So basically, that just showed us that how it was a dip of, I believe, around 30%. And, you know, you did mention in the video that, yes, you know, we did hear from the developers that on the 26th, you know, they can't do it. And then, sorry, on the 23rd, right, you had that information, but the 26th it went public. So what I'm trying to say is, and I'll get me back in there, what I'm trying to say is, you know, so you admit it on the 23rd that, yes, we were told this. And then all of a sudden, the price just was stable and just went 30% down. And then obviously the real dump happened.
Well, we weren't told by the developers that we can't launch this. They've been saying the whole time that what they've delivered is a working product. It was us that made the decision on the 23rd that we couldn't release this. You know, after learning on April 20th that, you know, officially that the ladder didn't work. April 22nd, we learned that the fact that it charges commissions in you know, the shape of rounded up and down prices. And then on April 23rd, we just, you know, after processing all that, we came to the decision internally that we can't launch this. So it wasn't the developers telling us that. I just want to clear that up.
Okay.
Regarding the, you know, that dump, I mean, I actually know who dumped those tokens. That price drop was caused by someone selling about 1 million tokens, and he was previously linked with the project. He's not a team member.
Okay.
It was an unrelated incident. It's one of those horrible coincidences where I had a fallout with him a couple of weeks ago, and he ended up dumping his tokens as a. This happened back in January 15th. You say, you know, the last time that we had a delay, that was an awful coincidence as well. If you remember, that dump happened after we'd already announced publicly the delay.
Correct. You're talking about Malta?
No, January the 15th.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, the one before this. Okay, gotcha. The second one, yeah.
What are you talking about? What dump are you
No. So
talking about?
this one, I'm talking about the recent one here, right? After the whole Paris thing and all that, on the 23rd of April. But you're referring to
the January 15th one. Was that the one you said this has happened before? Was that when you?
Yeah. So what happened before was in Malta. I remember you guys went there, and you know everyone thought the price was going to go up because you guys were showcasing the project.
That was November 1st and 2nd, you mean? And then we dumped right after Malta.
Okay, so in Malta, the price started to go down, and then it went down a little. Like, this is not the graph I brought up is not Malta. That's this one recently, right? So I mean, I don't have that here to show the exact numbers, but from what I remember, and you know, I don't know if anyone could comment on this in the live chat as well. But in Malta, you guys went there, and the price started to go down. We thought it was like we were seeing BitMEX competitors. We didn't understand it, and then later on, the announcement came out saying, "Oh, we're delayed," right?
But when did that come, though? When did that announcement come out?
So my beef is not even that. That's in the past. My beef is this one here, right? So, but I'm just saying, like, there were similar things. But if you're saying that somebody had 1 million tokens or whatever and a falling out happened, my beef is this one.
It was an advisor that we had. It was, you know, someone that I did consider a friend that I don't anymore. It's not that he had inside information. It's just he dumped his tokens. It just looks really bad time, and it looks like, oh, he's got information, and he really didn't. He just dumped 1 million tokens, and that's what caused that crash in the price. You can see if we'd have leaked it to people, there would have been more selling than that.
For sure.
For a start, it is one isolated incident of an obvious dump of someone selling very aggressively, and it wasn't followed up by any other selling by anybody. You know, if he'd have known something, he would have told other people, because he was, you know, an enemy of the project by this point. It was just someone that dumped his tokens, and the timing is just horrible. It makes it look like he had some kind of inside information, and he really didn't. You know, none of the team, I can categorically tell you, none of the team sold any tokens before the announcement. I didn't sell any tokens before the announcement. It was just, you know, I just wouldn't jeopardize the project, and the team wouldn't jeopardize the project over 1 million tokens. You know, it's, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's 100 grand or something. You know, we wouldn't have done something like that to make 100 grand. It's just not something we would do. We didn't give anyone a heads up of the delay that's coming. You know, Keith said it yesterday on his interview. He said, yeah, thanks for the heads up. We, you know, being sarcastic, we didn't give anyone at all a heads up on what was coming. That was just, that dump was just a horrible coincidence by someone that wanted to just, you know, fuck things up for me.
Yeah, okay, I get it, because, see, this is from, but you could see why people are skeptical, even myself, right? I was like, wait up, man. Like,
Absolutely. I mean, it's crypto, you know, nobody believes anybody. And, you know, coincidences, people just don't believe coincidences. So I absolutely see why you would think this was a case of insider selling. But, you know, look at it logically, look at it rationally. It's, you know, 1 million tokens sold at that price, you make like 100 grand, say $100,000.
Right.
That is, I'm not going to fuck shit up to make 100 grand, am I? I mean,
well,
seriously,
you know what? But I'm not like, oh, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, yeah.
I've got, I mean, what have I got under my control? I've got the market maker tokens. I've got 100 million tokens that I, you know, if I was going to dump, you would know about it. You know, I'm not going to fuck around with 1 million tokens. And, you know, if I was going to dump, you would know about it, right? And I've had those tokens since the ICO, and they've not been touched once. The other 100 million I had, I've locked them into the Digitex Treasury smart contract so that I physically don't have access to them anymore. And when they get released into a token sale contract that's fully trackable. You know, I've shown myself over almost 1.5 years now to have had, you know, a large number of tokens, and I've never dumped them. I've never done anything like this. And that's a statement of fact now. That's over a long period of time, through hard times, through, you know, the worst bear market in crypto history, and I've held these 200 million tokens and been a very secure and safe guardian of them. I'm not at this point gonna dump 1 million tokens to make 100 grand. It doesn't add up. You know? I know people don't believe coincidences, but you know, look at it rationally. Am I going to jeopardize the project?
No.
Am I going to make myself look like a scammer to sell 1 million tokens? I'm really not. It just doesn't make any sense. And if I was going to sell 1 million tokens, I would sell them OTC. I would sell them to someone that wants to buy them off me, and no one would even know that I'd sell them. I wouldn't dump the fucking price on HitBTC, would I? No.
If you were on CNN right now, I would have blocked out the audio. You know how they do that shit? They just block it on, they talk over it. But hear me out. I'm not saying you, as I just said in the intro, listen, I fully believe in Digitex in your intent to actually launch an exchange, right? I said that. I don't think it's a scam. I don't think it's, you know, these things are what other people are saying. Now, I'll give you an example. So I know, well, it's not to this degree, obviously, I can't compare this to Digitex, but, you know, I was importing from China, private labeling my own logo, selling it on Amazon, right? You know, I'm an entrepreneur, right? But anyway, so I was very happy about that. It was like my child, putting a lot of fucking work and energy and time into this shit. And I would tell those who are closest to me, I'm like, oh my God, man, you know, I'm building this business and it's doing great, you know. And then what happened to me personally is this corporation came in and then they pretty much got a patent for the same product I was selling and they wiped me out. And I was like, fuck. And then I told the same people. I don't mind if you told friends and family. That's just fucking being a human being. And maybe then they went and told somebody and then they dumped. You know what I mean? So the word gets around. I'm not saying you personally, but I don't blame you for telling friends and family because this is like a child, right? When shit goes good, you want to tell people. When they go bad, you tell people closest to you.
I mean, Digitex isn't just me. You know, we've got a team of, you know, probably. I mean, well, we can't count those developers anymore because they're not really in it. But you know, the internal team call that we have where we discuss everything. There's like 7 or 8 people on that call, and you can't control everything that everybody is going to say to all their spouses and things. But we actually did do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's very difficult to control that, but we did control that. Look at the price action. Apart from that dump on the 23rd, right? We didn't announce this till the 26th, correct?
Correct.
Look at the price action since that 1 million dump. Look at the price action since then, all the way to the 26th. And despite the fact that there was 7 or 8 team members knew about this delay coming, and despite the fact they've all got family and friends and everything, look at the price action from that dump to the 26th, and you will see that none of us were selling. Nobody was selling aggressively. We actually did keep a very, very tight ship, and you know, much more than most other projects would have managed. You know, it shows how loyal the team is. It shows how firmly they believe in the project because they're all holding millions of tokens themselves, and not one of them dumped, and not one of them leaked it out to their friends. So this really is just, you know, and that price action from the 23rd to the 26th kind of proves that. You know, there's 8 of us that know this is coming, that are holding millions of tokens between us, and look at the price action between the 23rd and the 26th. It's obvious we're not dumping. So, you know, that does state the case that this 23rd dump was a coincidence. It was someone that was mad at me. It was someone that I had a fallout with, and he did dump his tokens. But it wasn't because he had inside information. It wasn't because I was leaking out information to people to help them out, because I didn't, and none of the team did either.
So at the point, like, what I'm saying is just all theories. It's just my opinion, right? I'm not pinpointing anybody. I'm just saying what makes sense to me. Now, I also thought about the team spotware, and we're going to get into that later on, where, you know, you did say that you paid them cash or whatever, but also Digitex tokens as bonuses. So that's a thought, too, saying, you know what? If anybody has inside information, it's the fucking devs. They're the ones who are working on it. They knew about this before you, because they're the ones working on it. I'm not blaming them.
No, because I was careful not to let them know until I sent them an email. As we published the video on the 26th, at that second we published it, I sent them an email saying, we're not doing this anymore. So I was very careful that Spotware and nobody at Spotware knew the intentions that we weren't going to launch it.
Okay, let's move on. I really appreciate you being brutally honest, as the title suggests. You know, I'm not a freaking detective or anything, but I don't know, man. You just come across very truthful there. You know, you're a straight up guy, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass either, because I got another bone to pick with you after this. But
right.
I'm just telling you how I feel here. So let's get to the next one there, Adam. Oh, but let's just say what's up to the people first. How rude of me.
Just to summarize what we were saying, that all I would say is just look at it rationally from my point of view, whether I would jeopardize the whole project to make 100 grand, and look at the past actions that I've done while I've been holding a large number of tokens. Have I ever done something like this in the past?
Exactly.
I haven't, and that
again.
So,
and again, I never in my head, although I was like, yeah, somebody had inside information, I never said in my head, Adam wouldn't do this, because if I was an entrepreneur and I was the CEO of Digitex or whatever, what 12.5 cents is peanuts or whatever it dumped at. It was at 12 and then it went down to like 8. Yeah, it was at 11 and it went down to 8. 11 cents? Come on, man. You know, if I really want to do something, I'm going to wait for it to go past whatever, 50 cents or something. So I totally get you in that regard, and I never thought you personally dump, because why the heck would you dump, you know, that amount to get it down to 30% will be like whatever you just said, 1 million tokens or what have you. Makes no sense, and I can see where you're coming from as well.
Thanks, mate.
All right. Okay, so let's go to the next people. The live viewers. We got Oliver's in the house. DT Crypto is here. We got Oliver again. Crypto Rocker. We got my man Morales. We got my man Alex from Holland, always representing the crypto lifestyle. By the way, guys, if you guys are enjoying this so far, please smash like. I appreciate that. And do let's don't talk shit in the chat until we know for sure, okay, guys? Like, this could ruin things, and, you know, we need to know for sure what's really happening here. So I understand there's a mixed emotions going on, but let's just listen to the live stream like, you know, reasonable adults. And I know in crypto there's a lot of kids here, so please just suck on some candy and just enjoy this. Okay. So, all right, so people are watching. We got about 86 people here. All right, Adam, so my next issue, right? So, okay, there's something else that's bothering me a little bit, not as much as the April 23rd dip, but nonetheless, it's kind of eating away at me inside. So let me just bring up the clip. It's about France and the whole demo thing, and I'm sure you were, you know, this was brought to your attention as well before. So let's just bring this up.
Down and dirty demo video, just show you what's going on, show you where we're at right now. So here we are on the right, you got the ladder, so select your number of contracts at the top and then click to the left of the price that you want to buy at, click to the right of the price you want to sell at, all working nicely. One click trading, very simple, got last traded price in there, you get filled, you see you've got your profits showing up here if it went up, your loss down here if it went down, because I've just bought 7 contracts.
Okay, so whatever, I mean, it goes on, we don't have to play the whole thing. So that video was published on April 19th, and in that video you showed us everything was running smooth, no issues. You even said, you know, there's all kinds of shit, whatever. It looked, you know, like pretty, I wouldn't say shilling it, but, you know, that's over-exaggerating. I'm not going to say that, but it definitely came across like, yeah, you know, if I saw that video, now I was a potential investor waiting to see a working product, I'm like, all right, now's my time to buy. And, you know, once again, this was 11 days before the launch of the exchange, right, April 19th, right? And man, I mean, you could once again see why people are questioning this. And more importantly for me, as a CEO who already experienced 2 delays before this one, I mean, wouldn't you have been on top of shit and micromanaging these devs who you outsource and that are not in-house?
Here's the thing, right? I've said, and you've accepted that I didn't make the decision to delay this until April 23rd. So up until April 23rd, that was April the 19th, I was still thinking that we were launching this. You know, yes, I knew about the bug where you couldn't place, you know, you couldn't sell what you just bought on the ladder, and the rounding issue that was effectively charging commissions. I still considered those 2 things as bugs, and bugs get fixed. Obviously, I have to have faith that a bug is going to get fixed. I can't just call the whole thing off because there's a bug, you know, because I just can't do that. Because if the bug gets fixed, I then say the launch is reinstated, and then we find another bug and I call the launch off, and then we find another, we fix that and I put it back on. I can't act like that. I have to be committed to this launch date. And, you know, obviously not being able to sell the contracts you've just bought on the ladder is a bug, obviously. So I've just got faith that that's going to get fixed. You know, obviously the fact that the market maker bots are losing $20,000 a day while they trade away is obviously a bug. You know, it's obviously a bug. So I've just got faith that spotware developers are going to fix that. It was only on April the 20th that they told me officially that the not being able to sell what you just bought on the ladder isn't a bug. And it was on April 22nd that they told me the commission-free charging thing wasn't a bug. So before that, the launch was still going ahead. As far as I was concerned, on April 19th, this launch was still going to go ahead because those bugs were going to get fixed. The way I made the ladder work on there, you'll notice I've got a big account balance at the top of the screen there. I did that, and I was only trading 7 lot, so that I could actually buy on the ladder, and I could actually sell because I had enough margin to sell. Because in their screwed up Mickey Mouse system, you need more margin to sell what you just bought, which is just completely just ridiculous. But I made sure I had a big account balance so that that bug wouldn't get seen. I was like plastering over that bug for the purpose of making a demo video because I had every faith that obviously that bug is going to get fixed. Obviously it's going to get fixed because the market, the ladder isn't fit for purpose if it isn't fixed. So, you know, I was committed to the launch at the time that I made that video.
Gotcha. Okay, you know, but once again, right, this is something, like, as I said, this one didn't really bother me as much as the first question, but it's somewhat, not concerning, but it was a little bit, it's like a stone in my shoe, right? It's just kind of like they're annoying, and once again...
I mean, am I supposed to not promote the launch because we've got a couple of bugs that fully expect to be fixed? Am I supposed to just not promote the launch and just go quiet? And
that's true.
This is the first time I've got a demo video, you know, a version that I can show the people as a demo video. I knew about these 2 bugs weeks earlier. But like I say, I can't just call the launch off weeks earlier because we've got a bug and then say, oh, no, we're back on because we fixed it. And then we find another bug. No, launch is cancelled. Oh, no, launch is back on. I mean, that would just be disastrous too, right?
For sure. For sure. Fair game. But once again, to be fair, you could see why some people are skeptical. Because the coincidental thing of it is like coincidence again, right? Like just the whole time frame thing. So
what's the coincidence on this one?
Well, just like, well, not as much as the first one, but coincidence in the sense of, well, okay, well, the launch, the Paris blockchain event happened like so close to the event. Like if I personally wanted to do some shady, perfect thing is to do, go to the event, showcase my shit just before the launch. I'm thinking, I'm just saying, people are thinking like this, right? Like the outside.
Am I supposed to not promote the launch because we've got 2 bugs?
I got you.
I fully expect. I'm supposed to just go completely quiet.
I feel you.
Just not launch in any way.
Well, I feel you too. You know, I'm just like.
Right.
Yeah, no, okay, absolutely, fair game. Let us move on now. Oh, and by the way, I gotta say something here, where I'm gonna put it on me for a sec. So, guys, for those who just missed it, I just said, guys, look, try not to talk too much shit in the chat. I just kicked someone out. And tell me, when did you guys see me ever do that? I never do that. I never do that. Let's just be a little bit respectful here. It's very easy to kick someone or a company down at their lowest times. That's the easy shit to do. All the smart asses want to come out now and say scam, scam, scam. Had you been making videos on a monthly basis, one a month, talking about Digitex being a scam and all this shit, I'll be like, okay, well, I can't say much. You've been saying that. But now this delay comes and you want to jump on the fucking bandwagon and say scam. That's the easy shit to do. Be a fucking man and let's fucking shut up and take in the fucking interview, man. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so I'll go back here, Adam, and let me just... We're going to actually talk about Spotware. I'm going to bring up a few clips from the actual article, okay, that they released, the Medium article. We're going to spend about, I think, about 4 questions on this, and that's it. I just want to get your thoughts on this, Mr. Todd. So here is the first one. I'm going to read it out. How the Digitex project started. Adam Todd reached out to us on the 15th of January 2019. This was just after they failed to build and launch their platform, presumably with their dev team in Ireland. He wanted to have an MVP beta in 2 months and unheard of a time frame for building a trading platform. Normally it takes that long to build the specs. He was desperate and we chose to consider this project to help a man to stay out of trouble. Now that's some... Yo, dude, like, I didn't even know how to break that down. So, if so like me, like, if somebody wanted me to edit their videos for them, I'm like, yeah, man, you look desperate. I'm going to do that for you.
Yeah. I'm going to do it to help you out, stay out of the trouble. Stay out of trouble. We don't know who you are, but we want to help you stay out of trouble. Yeah, right. You know they're bullshit. People say shit like that. I mean, what a ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, if they want to help you out, they'll do it for free and not ask for 25K, right?
If someone was in trouble and you don't know him, you're not going to help him out because maybe he deserves to be in trouble. You know,
exactly right. Okay, I'm going to bring up another one here. We got about 2 more, actually. So, deadlines. In late January, Mr. Todd and our team agreed on a bullet-pointed list of features and signed a letter of intent. Our mission here was to help a desperate man who, by the looks of it, didn't know what he was doing. So we said okay to specs of such low detail, expecting more input. It seems like they're really honing in and stressing on this desperate thing. Like, I don't know, are you some kind of crackhead or something? Are you desperate? I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, what the hell? That just, from a business standpoint, if I looked at that, that just doesn't seem right. And like, this is the thing. I'm not taking sides I'm just saying like how I see it. You know, I'm being fucking honest here, man. You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, if, you know, from a business point of view, there's a desperate man and he's in trouble. You would steer clear of him, right? You just wouldn't do something to just help him out. Obviously not doing something to just help me out. They're doing it for money because they're a business. And,
exactly.
You know, they said they could do it in 2 months. They said they could do it in less than 2 months because their exact thing for me was that we've got C-Trader, we've already got it. It's been online for 10 years. We've got 1 million users on it. It's very easy for us to adapt that to futures. All we've got to do is just add your ladder to the interface, make a couple of tweaks here and there, make the matching engine so that it can use margin because they didn't have margin functionality in there. And it's very easy. That's why I have videos saying we're coming out of the box with an API, with a mobile app, with all this stuff, because they told me that's all just going to come in, you know, with a demo version where you can paper trade. All this stuff was coming out of the box because it was all just they were basically just adapting C-Trader to be the Digitex Futures Exchange. So they said it could easily be done in 2 months.
Yeah. And watch this, man. I'm going to bring up a clip that I gotta publicly say this as we're live. I gotta apologize to somebody who I went on a mini tirade on. It's Ivan on Tech, and I really gotta apologize to him. But we'll get to that after this one here. So here it is. So as for deadlines, we never agreed on anything. Okay, that's just whack. Anyways, let me just finish reading this. We would never agree to a public launch on the 30th, long Easter, which Mr. Todd agreed, announced publicly. So. Okay, so why would you come out with an article saying this after the fact? If you didn't agree to the 30th and Adam Todd is saying the 30th on YouTube, why don't you come up and make this fucking Medium post then? Why wait now?
The date wasn't even the 30th, it was April 22nd. We had 2 dates. April the 2nd was when they agreed to launch the version that was ready for me to make demo videos. So it didn't have to be completely perfect. There could still be a couple of things in it that weren't exactly right. And April 22nd was when they agreed to launch the actual production-ready version. And then we did it April 22nd so that by the 30th, I would be able to launch it. You know, I would have a week with my team just getting it ready, just figuring everything out, and then we launched it on the 30th. So they agreed very clearly to launch to have it ready for me on April 22nd.
Yeah. That's just very strange to me. So now I'm going to bring up a clip from Ivan on Tech. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a software developer that also has a YouTube channel, highly respected in the space, has about, I think, 200K subs or something. Normally he talks about scams, but, you know, I just want to apologize to Ivan. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, but maybe one of your subscribers would tell you. But I want to apologize. I did a live stream about 4 days ago. It was very ignorant of me. I was talking shit about Ivan. I didn't even really look at the full video because, you know, once again, you know, YouTubers are running with this shit like CNN reporters trying to make their credibility and look real cool. So I thought Ivan was one of them, but he kept it realer than a mofo. And we're going to show what Ivan said. Now look what Ivan had to say. And this is very relevant to this Medium post. But first, Adam, are you familiar with Ivan on Tech?
Yeah, I've heard of him. I don't really follow him much, but yeah.
Neither me. I don't at all. But I mean, like, you know, this was, it popped up in my recommended feed, and, you know, he's talking about Digitex. But dude, he said a lot of good things about Digitex. Let's check it out.
The outsourced developers, they don't care about you. At the end of the day, they don't really care about you. They care about following your instructions. And when the instructions are finished, when you are done with the instructions, they walk away. They take the money and they walk away, because this is just another project in their pipeline, and this is just something that they need to do and then move on. And all in all, I think maybe Spotware was just greedy and they wanted to have the money, so they just took the customer, knowing that the customer would fail. And really, when you look at the corporate law, not really the corporate law, but really the unwritten laws of corporations and unwritten laws of business. You as a corporation and you as a business, you should not be doing something that you know is hurting your customer. If you know that you're delivering something that doesn't make sense, you should make it very clear to the customer. This is really, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Sweden, I even think it is one of the laws here, that if you think that something is bad for your customer, don't do it. So if they are rising that, hey, the time frame was unreasonable in this article, why did they even start working on it? I don't know. All in all, I wish Digitex good luck. Once again, I'm not doing this video to create some kind of hate movement or to be this negative guy that doesn't like Digitex. I truly wish them best of luck, and they have done so much great things when it comes to PR and, you know, getting the word out there.
Guys, everybody who's watching this, give a clap to Ivan, keeping it real. He didn't jump on this bandwagon throwing stones, you know. You know, everyone's throwing stones and they want to pick up one and throw. This guy is real, okay? So I salute Ivan right there for that one, and I apologize, bud. There's one little bitch. There's one little bitch who's talking shit, like Mr. I told you so, but we'll just leave it like that. Sonny Decree. I'm just going to say that. But anyways, he is a true little bitch, okay? But anyways, and look what other people said. We got commenters here. Spotware just wanted the money of Digitex. They never intended to do a good job and to deliver good products, right? So the sentiment, everyone's talking about this. So we're going to get to the 24 volume figure thing very briefly here. And if you watch that in its entirety, right, Ivan on Tech did mention that, you know, these things are very small things to fix. But I know you alluded to that they were asking for, what was it? They were asking for $25,000. And, you know, I couldn't play the whole thing, but Ivan was saying you could just move these things around. It's very simple, basic things to fix.
That's what I was saying to Spotware. I was saying, first of all, there's 3 points there. First of all, like, it doesn't have when they told me you can't have the last traded price or the last traded volume or the 24-hour volume, I was like, you know, firstly, it was in the initial specs. The initial specs were, you know, written down, but also I was showing them the live demo from Malta that we did, you know, because we built an exchange before this. We just weren't production ready in time, and that's why I switched to Spotware. So I showed them this video saying, this is what I want. Can you give me this? And they were like, yes, of course we can. We just adapt C-Trader. It's very easy. That video had, you know, the spot price in it. It had the last traded price. It had the last traded volume. It had the 24-hour volume. You can't build a futures exchange without a last traded price and without a volume figure. It doesn't even make any sense. So the fact that they come to me saying, yeah, we've built this, it's almost ready, but we can't have a last traded price or a volume figure in there. I'm like, what the hell have you even built? You know, you don't even understand what you're building. Secondly, you know, if you don't have it, then, you know, just add it then. You know, it's not that hard. You've got a matching engine. Just pull the volume figure out of your matching engine and the last traded price out of your matching engine. Oh no, it's not that simple. That's when they charge me another 25,000 euros to get the last traded price in there and the 24-hour volume figure in there. And, you know, just to touch on their point where, you know, I never intended to launch this. You know, this was a scam and stuff. If I never intended to launch this, then that would have been the perfect excuse. You know, it's got no last traded price and no 24-hour volume figure. You know, why would I have then paid them their 25,000 euros extra to get those figures? You know, surely if I wanted this to fail, I wouldn't have given them another 25,000 euros. So, you know, that just shuts that bit down. And it's just ridiculous that they couldn't just then easily pull 24-hour volume figure from their matching engine. At this point, I was getting nervous that, you know, they obviously don't understand what they're building. The matching engine they've built is in some kind of Mickey Mouse state that they can't pull a volume figure out of it. And that was just the start of the rot, really. Then the relationship started to fall apart fast, because after that, they walked back everything that they'd been promising me. You know, everything was wrong. I then later learned that the spot price couldn't go in the ladder. You know, it couldn't even be on the same page without doing all this stuff to get it onto the page. It was just a badly built UI that didn't make any sense, that didn't have the necessary numbers and stats that it needed on there. And they just did a terrible, terrible job of it. And every time I went to see them, there was more bad news about, you know, what state it was in. And just, everything was wrong. They just did a shit job, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, and like I think Ivan really just nailed it, and he's a developer, so he knows how these guys think. And it's kind of true. At the end of the day, hey, if you're going to offer me some money, I'm going to be like, yeah, we could do it, because I don't give a shit about you. I'm getting your money, and that's it. I'm done, bro. You know, so, but hey, Adam. No, go ahead.
They took a gamble. They took the money thinking, we can build this. How hard can it be? They took the money. They realized they couldn't build it. They didn't have a clue what they were doing. They've got no experience with building a futures exchange. They didn't understand what they were building. You know, to even try and deliver a futures exchange without a last traded price and a volume figure, it's like building a car that doesn't have wheels and an engine. It doesn't make any sense. So I think they just took a gamble. They took the money. You know, they saw that I had money to spend and that I was in a rush, and they took the money thinking that we'll just give him something. They just didn't account for the size of the audience that I have and the size of the mouth that I have when they give me this shit. Exactly. I think they're a little shocked that this backlash has happened. I think they're used to just giving people shit, and I think they're a little surprised at the reaction it's got.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I was the CEO or boss of a company and you know, I've been paying people to do work, right? You know, and it's not delivered. I mean, come on, who wouldn't be pissed, right? And I know a lot of the haters out there might say, oh well, you know, I think Adam gave Ivan some money to say that, you know. So this is not coming from me, guys. This is coming from Ivan on text saying this, all right? So I don't know, man. Take it up with him. But Adam, that being said, we do know your reaction of this is funny, but we do know your reaction of that 24-hour volume figure. Check it out. That's like pretty dude, that is trending, guy. Like, it is trending everywhere. It's all in everyone's Telegram chats. It's good times, right?
There's so many pictures of me out now. I like the ones with the forehead and the baby crying next to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's some funny shit. Okay, so one last one from Spotware article, then we're gonna move on. We're gonna make this one very short, okay? So let's do it like this. So Spotware is suspicious that Adam Todd was planning something. Short answer, yes. Okay, I'm gonna read those lines. They talked about X, Y, and Z, con man, this and that. And again, it kind of like makes me believe, like, if you're a con man, why am I taking scam coins, Digitex tokens as bonuses? You know what I mean?
And if I was a con man, right, and if I had never had any intention to launch this with Spotware, why did I move to Cyprus? Why did I sign a 1-year lease on an apartment just down the street from Spotware's offices? Why did I asked them when we started, can I work out of your office? Me and one of my developers, can we move into your office and work from here, you know, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5? And they said yes. And I shipped 2 27-inch iMac Apple computers worth $3,000 each to their offices. Now, are those the actions of someone that wants this to fail? They're just not the actions of someone that wants this to fail. I wanted to work with them very, very closely. I moved down the street from their offices. I moved across the world to do this. When I got there, they said, oh, actually, you can't work out of our office because a lot of our clients, you know, Forex clients, they're regulated entities, and, you know, their licensing, blah, 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 means that you can't work out of our office because you're not an official employee. So that's how they walked that back. But, you know, my intention was to work out of their office with their developers, hands-on, every day of the week. That's just another thing they walked back. Every single thing they promised me was cancelled. Everything. It was a horrible experience dealing with that company.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm just in the chat here as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to engage with the guys in the chat as well too, Adam. I don't know what's going on there. There's always a revolt in the chat, you know, in the live chat.
I can't even look at that shit while I'm talking because I can't do two things at once. So I'm just in ignorance over here. Dude,
you should see what I got going on here. All these different slides on chat and you and answering back to you. Like, I got it just as bad. 10 times worse there. Okay, so I know you touched up on this already, right? You talked about, like, you know, that gentleman, the advisor, and he's definitely the suspect for that. But, you know, I still think that, you know, the devs knew this was going to launch or whatever, and, you know, it's just speculation. So, I mean, they did get the bonus tokens. A lot of people ask me this. Obviously, this is entirely up to you. Why don't you just give us their Ethereum address, and we can see when they dumped?
I can do. I mean, we can publish those Ethereum addresses. We sent it was only 100,000 tokens sent to 22 different addresses. that was a bonus for delivering on the April 2nd deadline that Spotware said didn't exist. So it's only 100,000 tokens to 22 different addresses. So even if they had all of dumped, I don't think it would have done much. But those addresses can be public record. I don't think they've even sold them because most of those tokens were sent into brand new wallets. And if they don't have Ether in them for gas, then you can't transfer the tokens out. And, they didn't know.
But the show must go on. So please highlight in the chat if you guys are still seeing us. My side seems to be fine. But yeah, we're still going on now. So Adam, let's move on, man. You guys know me, man. I like to stay positive. And, I truly believe, like, negative energy is really energy that can rub off on you. So let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the boys at SmartDeck. Okay, let's get to the real shit right now. So, in a good way. So, I just want to bring up a clip. So, when you were live, this was my reaction to when you mentioned SmartDeck. I actually live streamed your live stream through my live stream, if that makes sense. So, check this out.
SmartDeck is not going to align itself with a company that they even suspect is a scam.
Exactly.
They know me very well. They know me personally. I've met them personally.
Yep.
Right? So, I mean, it's true. SmartDeck, anybody with half a brain, right? They're going to take business from someone and they're going to be, pretty much out there in public. They're going to do their research and they know. Why would they take you on board, right?
Yeah, I mean, SmartDeck are, they're a different level than a company where SmartDeck is a respected company in the Ethereum blockchain space. They do smart contract auditing. They're focused on security. Everybody knows who they are. Everybody in the the blockchain space knows who SmartDeck are. They've got a very, very solid reputation. And with something that they even think is going to be a scam. They're just not going to do that. And they know this isn't a scam because they've known me since the ICO. They did our ICO token sale contract. They did the post ICO token sale contract. They made our team vesting token smart contract. They did built the voting system for the token issuance system. They built the Digitex treasury, the token sale smart contract for the treasury. They built the account system for the Spotware system that they built. I've dealt with them on, I've done like 7 or 8 different projects with them, and everything just has been right. I've always paid on time and in full. It's just a great working relationship that we've got. I've met them personally. They just know this isn't a scam. They know there's the best effort going on.
Hey, you may swear a lot, but at the end of the day, you're a businessman and you pay on time, right? I mean,
right, exactly. It doesn't matter if I swear,
Exactly.
That doesn't make any difference whether I swear or not. Spotware saying I was able to deal with because I was threatening and swearing But that's not because I'm like that. That's because you're giving me shit. That's because you're just delivering a piece of fucking garbage. What am I going to do? I'm going to just take it. No, of course I'm not. You can't just act like they did and expect me to be nice. It's just not way. SmartDeck know exactly who I am. For almost a year and a half, they knew who I am. And they've approached me saying, can we do more business? Can we do this huge project together? Obviously, they must think I'm up for it. Obviously, they must think I'm capable and that I'm capable of giving them the specs necessary. Obviously, they know that I'm capable of paying them. They know me. SmartDeck know me and have known me for over a year, which in crypto land is like, it's like dog years, right?
It's
like
7
true.
years, really. It's true.
In the worst bear market in crypto history, I'm still standing. I'm still here. So SmartDeck got a great reputation, and they approached me saying, please, can we build this exchange for you? So that to me is just a great endorsement from a great company.
Yeah, we're actually going to get a bit more into Spotware. Absolutely, that should be the focus here because we're moving on forward, right? SmartDeck.
No.
Yeah.
Not
SmartDeck. That's just Spotware. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, coordination. I mean, you say you can't do 2 things at once. Look at me, right? So SmartDeck. My bad. I really do apologize for that. Okay, so let's talk about your funding situation, Adam. Right? Because I mean, you did pay thousands of dollars to the devs in Dublin. A set of money here to these guys here in Spotware. And I mean, at some point, anyone or any company will be skinned or strapped for cash. So much so, I think you may have to pawn in that watch of yours, all right, to get some money. I'm just joking. Or how about this? How about this? you could rent out your pad in Cyprus on Airbnb for some cash. I'm just playing. I'm playing. But for real, what's your funding situation like with all this money being spent, right?
And the funding situation is fine. We've got enough money to last, a year, more than a year. There's not a problem with funding. We've got the Digitex Treasury going right now. The Treasury isn't selling anything because I haven't even lowered the price because I don't want to sell tokens at 3 cents, 4 cents. I'm just, I'm not even interested in selling tokens at that price. But we're fine. Everything's good. I'm flying to Moscow next week. We're finalizing the actual payments that are actually paying for all this shit with SmartDeck. So, I'm going to make sure that SmartDeck's fully paid for, a good period of time, and I'm going to have them confirm that too, so that the world will know that this is going ahead. No matter what, this is going ahead. The funding isn't a problem. We've got all the money we need to fund this and move forwards. And the thing is, the money we spent on Dublin development, that isn't totally lost money. SmartDeck right now is analyzing that code base. That what we built there is beautiful code, fully documented. We showed you a working exchange on November 1st and 2nd in Malta. It just didn't have the back end user management system in place, and we weren't confident about hosting it securely because we didn't have that experience. But we've built the UI and we've got a fully functional matching engine. And SmartDeck are taking that and analyzing that for the next few weeks and seeing what they can reuse, what they want to reuse, what they want to throw away. There's probably certainly going to use the UIs that have been built, the matching engine too, maybe. So we're not, that money that we spent on that isn't wasted money. It's, we're not going back to square one. Yeah. We've just got a very, very competent, 10 strong development team of mathematicians and all kinds of smart people, algorithmic traders in there, taking that code and going from there. So Dublin wasn't a complete waste of time.
Exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely. And that actually brings me to my other question here, or you could just elaborate on this, because a lot of people will say, well, you know what, Digitex, they're having a tough time launching a futures exchange. What makes us believe that they can launch a non-custodial exchange, right? So, I mean, in your defense, we could say, well, look, we got the blockchain devs now, the Ethereum guys here, who are familiar with Plasma and what have you, right?
This spotware incident, apart from, the big crash in price we've had and all this drama that's going on, is the making of Digitex, because now we've got SmartDeck. Now we're in a position to get this right. I mean, yes, we didn't get it right first time with our first development team. We didn't get it right the second time with our second development team. Third time lucky, right? I mean, now we have the best development team I could ever wish for. Just before this interview, I just spent another 2 hours talking to the owner, to the owner of SmartDeck, the lead developer that's going to be doing our exchange, and another guy that's very high up there that's going to be very involved with it. These are the guys I'm going to meet next week. It's just very, very exciting now where the development is with this, because after talking to these guys extensively about this, I realized what a great job they're going to do with this. The attention to detail, the questions that they're asking, I've just got absolute faith they're going to do an absolute stellar job of it. And the way they're pinning me down too, they've seen, they're talking very frankly about, what went wrong with Dublin, what mistakes did you make, why did you do this, why did you do that, and they're putting in little things into their plan to make sure that stuff doesn't happen again. So I'm just very, very confident now that, and then the owner of the SmartDeck, he's very clear that he wants to be the manager of this project. The Digitex Futures Exchange development side of it.
Nice.
Yes, I'm going to be in Moscow working directly with the team. He says he's got my desk already laid out for me. I have a desk in the SmartDeck offices, but he's very clear that he's going to be managing the project. And I'm like, absolutely, that's exactly what I want. I'm going to be there as an active team member, but as a team member, he's going to be managing this 10-strong, group of developers to get this over the line and to get it where it needs to be.
Okay, great stuff, Adam. I don't want to, I don't mean to ignore the viewers. I'm not. I'm actually just trying to, we should probably take one question very shortly from there, right? They're asking something there, very basic though. But I just want to address one thing here. So I find it very interesting, right? In a good way, though, that SmartDeck actually reached out to you and not the other way around, right? Why do you think they kind of like tapped you on the back and said, "Hey, man, can I be at your service, my lord"? Shit, I watched too much freaking. Game of Thrones. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, as it turns out, they told me they've been having internal discussions for a long time about building an exchange. This is something they've wanted to do for a while now. You know, they've got the expertise. This lead developer that they've got has been very active in, you know, building trading systems and very active in Ethereum scaling solutions. So, and he's very interested in building he was very interested in building a decentralized exchange. And SmartDeck is very interested in building that kind of exchange. It's something they wanted to do. It's something they want to open source. It's something that, you know they can do well, and it will really stamp their authority on the Ethereum space. And it's a great use case for all of these Ethereum scaling solutions. You know, an exchange is such a great use case for something like that. So internally, they've wanted to build this for a while, and you know, this is just the perfect opportunity to partner with Digitex, because building an exchange is one thing, filling it up with people and managing it is quite a different thing. And that's not their forte at all. They are not marketers. They're just not interested in marketing. They're just next level developers that they just don't really know marketing. They're not that interested in marketing, and that's fine. You know, we at Digitex, the one thing we have gotten right is the marketing. You know,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
We ever do. So they've come to the conclusion, and I agree with them, that for them to partner with us on this exchange is just, it's the fucking dream partnership.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. They get to build something that's fantastic. I get to pay for it, and then when we launch it, they don't have to worry about the whole managing it and filling it up with people. We'll get 1 million people on that exchange, and you know what they build will stand up to the pressure.
Yeah, it's like what Thomas Edison said, the guy who invented the light bulb, right? You know, it took him 10,000 times to get it right, and people were like, "Oh man, it took you 10,000 times to get it right." He goes, "No, it took me. You failed 10,000 times rather." But he said, "No, it took me 10,000 ways to figure out the right way." So this is what it takes, right? A lot of people will quit. A lot of people will hear, you know, the heat from the public and say, "Oh man, you know, it will diminish your morale." But this is what true businessmen do and entrepreneurs. They stick through the freaking thick times.
I'm a little bit. I'm more determined now than I've ever been to get this right, and now we're in such a strong position to do it. Now I'm just totally pumped up. You know, that I didn't even consider quitting. It didn't even cross my mind. You know, you don't get anything right first time round. You know, well, maybe you do sometimes, but you know, I may not make the best decisions. I may not be the best manager. I may swear a little too much, but you know, I don't ever give up. You know, I never quit. If I think I'm onto something, I will never quit until it works. I just won't stop, and that's really what's going to drive this project forward. You know, and now that I've got SmartDeck helping me out, I'm just very, very confident of this being a huge success.
As I showed my reaction live, I was like, "Oh, yes, he's right." I don't know if you saw it. I was like, so I'm as an investor, I'm very confident, because one of the drawbacks I was saying about the whole seed trader thing, which look, they have a name for themselves too, but we wanted some guys in the crypto ecosystem to be working along with Digitex. That's what I wanted, right? So I'm very relieved of that as well. Yeah. So on a side note, Adam, I know you look very serious right now, but I know you didn't hear what I said there. I was saying they tapped you in the back, SmartDeck, and they said, "How could we be at your service, my lord?" You know, Game of Thrones, they say, "My lord." You got the you got the English accent going on. Could you just say, "My lord, the crypto lifestyle"?
My lord, the crypto lifestyle.
You sound like the Davos guy. I don't know. I watched too much of that shit. That was a badass episode last week, by the way. And I'm going to actually keep that in my edits. If you don't mind.
Whatever you want to do with it. Yeah.
I got your consent. Okay, good stuff. So let's look at the team, guys. We're going to get to some questions. I promise. I'm so sorry, guys, but I got a lot to cover here. I guarantee you I will get to the questions. But we want to look at the team, so I got some stuff here I'm going to pull up from the website. Let's just do it like this, I guess. Right, so this is pretty much on their website. They're showing, like, it's a big team, right, as you can see.
Yeah, there's about 40 developers there, and so there's people that are there that aren't shown on that thing. But yeah, there's about 40 developers. We're going to get 10 of them, like full-time, dedicated, working on the Digitex Futures Exchange.
And look at this, Adam. Look at this. Boom!
Oh, they got the old logo there. We need to get that fixed, but yeah.
Oh, that's the old one, is it? Okay. No, but they got, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it's validated. You're on the website, right? So people might say, "Hey, man, shit."
They tweeted it too. They did a tweet the other day confirming that they are working with
it. I got that. I'm gonna bring it up right here.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more information after we get this initial discovery and research that they're doing for the next few weeks, the next month. Looking at what we've got, researching exactly how they're going to do this, working with me. I'll be in Moscow working with them, like nailing down the exact specs. Once we've got all that done, then there's going to be a lot more information coming out. Then we're going to be doing interviews with different team members, different team members on the development team, interviews with the lead developer, AMAs with them, just everything that we want to do marketing-wise, because they had conditions of how they want to work with me. And one of my conditions with them was that this time around, the development team can't be camera shy. The Dublin crowd didn't really like to, do anything marketing-wise. Spotware got a bit funny about us mentioning their name. Once they realized what a shit job they were doing, they said we can't mention their name anymore. So I said, you have got to be very front and center with this. We do want to do AMAs, interviews, spotlights on different team members, and they're all over that. They're saying that's not a problem. But that's going to happen after this initial, month research and nailing down the tech specs is done.
Yeah, no, nice there. And so the reason why I brought up the Twitter feed there, like, who would have thought, like, in this day and age, like, say 25 years ago, we'll be referring to social media as certified documents, right? Like, look, it's real, it's on Twitter, but it's true. It is true, right? And I want to bring up one more thing that was, I think it was on a media outlet there. I think it was, Crypto Daily. Here we go. The lead developer who wants to work with us has won 6 of 7 Ethereum hackathons, right? SmartDeck is extremely well thought of in the space and working with multiple Ethereum scaling solutions, including Plasma. Software, the Russian software and smart contract audit team is widely considered one of the best in the industry. And that's crazy. I actually referenced that with, I believe that his gentleman is named Ivan, not Ivan on tech, Ivan Somethingski in the chat, the Telegram chat for SmartDeck. And he's like, yeah, it's true. We have a very big team and they go to hackathon and those credentials are accurate. So, yeah, that's very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. The lead developer we've got is just, like I said, the last 7 hackathons he's entered, he's won 6 of them. So, pretty smart guy.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see what they're saying over here. So the first question, I missed it there, but I forget the person's name because it went up. He did ask if Digitex will be available in the States. I don't know if things changed since, or how does that work?
Currently, I mean, as it stands currently, no, because the fucked up laws that are here.
Yeah.
We can't do it. But yeah, as it stands, no.
Okay. Very straight up, clear cut to the point. We got Dajavo says, okay, 6 out of 7. Alex K is here. At least his prices, Digitex token is a steal, he's saying. Murat, we all like the exchange of Vitalik. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know now. I'm coming down to, I think, 1 or 2 of mines, and then I got about 3 or 4 community questions that I pre-put down here. I know Adam might be pressed for time, right, Adam? How much more time you got left?
No, we booked the room for an extra hour, so we're not gonna have a meeting.
We all saw what happened yesterday, but yeah, it's all good. Shit happens. Shit happens.
I love Lydia to death. I can speak to Lydia like that. I just don't keep stuff in, I just have an outburst and it's gone. I don't hold it. It's gone. I'm really not in a bad mood. I just look like I was.
Dude, I'm the same type of guy. I just, I speak my mind too, man. Whatever, bro. Like me or not, that's if you're asking someone to change who they are, then how could you ask someone that? So whatever, just be yourself, man. And I think that's why you have one of the most tight-knit communities, is because you're yourself and people see right through that. Why don't you just put on a suit there, Adam, and talk all fucking polite and okay, be fake. Tell us what we want to hear. No, we want to hear what's really going through your mind, and I appreciate that, sir. Okay, guys. So once again, any other questions? I will be getting to my own, so let me just take one last glance. Crypto Don said I missed my comment. Sorry, Crypto Don, it's very hard for me. Adam, sorry, man. Let me just scroll back up there and see. Yeah. Scroll back up. I missed my comment. Crypto Don. Yeah, Crypto Don, I can't catch up on that one, man. And usually Crypto Don leaves all these emojis, so his comment stands out. But it's so much chit chatter there, it's gone up, bro. I don't see it, man. Just let me know what's going on there. So let us actually move on to the community questions that I have. But first, let's talk about investors' confidence, right? It's no secret. It's somewhat at an all-time low. It's definitely building back up because of SmartDeck. But I just want to know what do you think? What would boost confidence again, right? And I don't want to, I guess they don't really want to see another demo exchange, right? Because of whatever, what happened.
Right.
So.
I mean, like I say, we got the marketing side of it right. We've proven that we're very good at that side of it, which is a very important side. You know, it's very important that we get that right, and there's really no doubt that we're good at that. Where we've fallen down, where we've been falling down, is the development side, which is obviously critical for when you're trying to develop, you know, a complex piece of software like this. So Smart Deck really are the game changer here. So our marketing, you know, we're going to switch our marketing over to just spotlighting what we're doing on the development side. You know, that development process is going to be very transparent. We're going to be open sourcing most of the code that we're writing, you know, to contribute to the, you know, to the community, the Ethereum community, to forwards, you know, Ethereum scaling solutions, you know, decentralized exchange technology, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be, you know, giving back to the community in that sense. We're going to be doing these bi-weekly or monthly reports coming straight from the development team.
Nice.
We're going to be focusing our marketing firepower on that development process. And that, I believe, is how we're going to, you know, gain back credibility and gain back investor confidence, by showing that we are getting this right. And it's not just me saying that this is right, we've got this great team of developers, blah, blah. We're actually showing you what code we're writing. We're open sourcing it. We're giving you these bi-weekly or monthly reports. We're doing spotlights on each individual development team member. We're showing that I'm in Moscow. You know, we're going to be very, very focused on the development process from this point onwards. And I believe that's how we get investor confidence up, because then people can themselves what state the development process is in.
Exactly. And I mean, like, I'm sure, like, look, you're not afraid of, you know, as I said, of pressure or, you know, of the truth. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure you will agree that some people would say that's a little bit of credibility has been gone down, right? So this is a great way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is a perfect way, you know, if you could have them actually come out and just say a few things here and there. You know, according to Crypto Dawn, he says, you know, confidence is back 100%. Was that Crypto Dawn? That was somebody else. But one of the viewers are saying that how confidence is back up 100%, right? So I'm sure the overall, you know, what's that?
That's good to hear. I don't know about 100%, but you know, it's good to hear the confidence is coming back. I mean, we deserve the hit that we took. You know, we deserve to lose a lot of credibility. But, you know, I just want to, you know, get people believing and convinced that we are on the right track now with the development process, because we are.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one more question, and then we might go to the live chat. So referral programs, I know this has always been talked about. It's very hard. You have a zero commission fee business model. Have you guys thought of this? And I know you got bigger things to worry about, you know, but I don't know if this, you know, what's your plans for that?
Well, the thing, everyone says we don't have a revenue model. We do have a revenue model, token issuance revenue model. Well, first of all, we have the Digitex Treasury, which is running for the next 2.5 years. That's a revenue model right there. And then after that, we've got the ability to start token issuance, you know, which is done by voting. So it's the community decides on how many or whether tokens are issued. So we do have revenue for keeping the lights on, you know, for development and for marketing. And, you know, referral systems and affiliate systems like that, affiliate programs, are part of the marketing budget. You know, if we you know, even if it costs, you know, $10 million a year to run this exchange, let's say we get the token over the next 2 years to $1, let's say, for instance, and let's say over that period, you know, the average price is 50 cents. We've got 92 million tokens left in our Digitex Treasury right now. At an average price of 50 cents, that's like $45 million we've got sitting in the Treasury right now, which is a hell of a lot of money to pay referral fees and to pay affiliates and to do very, very effective marketing. You know, if we make that kind of money, we might be able to put off token issuance for another year or 2 years or 3 years. Who knows? When token issuance starts, let's say we need 10 million a year to run the exchange. Let's say we've got 3 million a year on development, you know, 3 million a year on support, 3 million a year on marketing. You know, big numbers to really run this exchange properly. That would be 10 million tokens you would have to mint at $1 a token. That's 1% increase in supply every year. You know, a 1% devaluation of your tokens. So the tokens would be at $1. We issue 1% more. That devalues the token down to 99 cents. People are going to be able to handle a devaluation like that. You know, this is crypto. It goes up and down 10% a day.
Exactly.
So you know, we do have a revenue model. We do have a whole shitload of tokens that we can sell through our treasury in a controlled, transparent manner that people can see that what we're doing, and they can see we're not dumping them on exchanges. And then we do have the token issuance thing. So, you know, we are going to be doing highly effective marketing. We're going to build mechanical, you know, replicable systems that encourage all of our users to share it with their friends, just like we did with the ICO, just like we did with this waitlist. You know, we're going to just keep repeating those kinds of systems that we've gotten very, very good at. Yeah. And we have tokens to give away. We have ways of incentivizing people to do that.
Absolutely. No, I mean, one thing people can't deny, they could talk all the shit they want, but, you know, when it comes to marketing and PR, you guys are, you know, the marketing is right up there, right? Digitex is second to none in that category.
Very important. It's very important. And once the development catches up with that, it's an unstoppable team. You know, we are just going to be just the best. I mean, I always go over the top with hyperbole, but, you know, with SmartDeck, I can't stress how excited I am at how good this is going to be, because we're going to have the best non-custodial exchange, you know, a zero-fee, non-custodial futures and spot exchange with our marketing behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be unstoppable. It's going to be un-fucking stoppable. It really is.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just thinking about this all, and those guys are the perfect match, like you said. Like, it really sunk in with me when you mentioned it live, right? They're familiar with Ethereum, the 6 out of 7 hackathon accolades. They're acclimated in this space, right? So that's awesome. I just saw Sona. Sona says, it's the crypto lifestyle, baby. And by the way, Adam, you better not forget to say that in the end this time. The second one you messed up.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So let's take a couple community questions, right? I haven't really looked at the live chat lately here, so let me just see what these guys are up to. Guys, once again, please ask some questions. Okay. So, question, what ways do you imagine you will address the friction of getting people to acquire the token, is what he's saying. So, I guess he's talking about the FUD and, you know, what's going on about Digitex right now, and, you know, how would you, I guess you already answered that with the whole confidence thing, right, with the developers coming on, the AMA bi-weekly.
I mean, there's ways of, you know, I mean, does he mean the onboarding friction of them having to buy tokens before they can use the exchange? Does he mean that?
The question says, what ways do you imagine you will address the friction of getting people to acquire the token? So he didn't really specify in that regard.
Well, with this new version that's coming out that we're building with SmartDeck, everything's going to be right from the start. So we're going to have the spot markets available, you know, right away. So there's going to be some kind of a quick buy button where if you've got Ethereum, it's going to be very, very easy for you to acquire Digitex tokens. With the referral system that we've got, you know, we might be able to make it so that when you first sign up, you automatically get, you know, 50 or 100 Digitex tokens or something in your account, so that all you've got to do is sign up and there's already tokens for you to trade with there. Something like that. That would reduce onboarding friction a lot, because not only are they getting free money for signing up, we could also reward the referrer, obviously, for when you sign up. But little things like that, we do have to. That is, you know, that is a concern, that someone does have to acquire Digitex tokens before they can start using the exchange. So we have to make that as frictionless as possible. But there are ways of doing that.
Yeah, no, thank you for that answer there. So I hope that satisfied you there, the viewer who asked that question. Where is this guy? Somebody says, can I get a shout out? So big shout out goes out to Crypto Apparel for watching us. Guys, if you're appreciating this, you know, this interview, this brutal, honest interview, right? You know, I don't hold nothing back. I don't think Adam holds anything back either. Please do smash like. I appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber by now, what are you waiting for? This is the #1 channel for cryptocurrency on YouTube. At least according to me, but yeah. Okay, so guys, any last questions, or forever hold you, rest in peace? Okay, this is it. I'm wrapping up real soon. Okay, we got one here. Will the exchange be ready? And look, you guys notice I'm not just like reading it in my mind and then saying it out loud. Whatever it is I'm saying. So, will the exchange be ready in at least 6 months? I know Adam doesn't like to do time frames, etc., etc., but a rough timeline would be awesome. Great job, by the way, guys. Look, I don't want to answer that for you, Adam, but I'm sure you could answer that. But I understand you don't want to give anything.
This first month, research and discovery phase that SmartDeck are doing right now, they're analyzing the code base, the Dublin code base that we've already got. They're looking around at other open source stuff they can use, just nailing down the tech specs with me. After that, initial discovery period is over, they will be able to come out with a rough estimate of how long it will take. Yes, but it's them that's going to decide that. I'm out of the launch dates business completely.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson. I'm not even going to touch from this point onwards. The when there is a launch date published, released, that will be, when smart decks say that date is going to be, and then I will market the shit out of that date. But I'm going to have nothing to do with setting that date. So
Gotcha.
we'll know.
I just want to say something here too. So, a lot of people like to look at price, and I see why. Obviously, price is important when you're investing with money. We're not playing with chess here, right? This is not chess we're playing, it's real money. So I understand that this is real life shit. I get that. But me personally, I really just focus on development. Development is the most important thing. Like, a lot of people ask me for price prediction videos. It's like, that's the wrong way to look at it, really. Let's cover the actual development process and what have you, and price would follow suit thereafter, right? So that's the real thing you guys should really be looking at. And I know... Sorry, I know there's a lot of kids in this space. I keep saying that. I don't mean to offend anyone, but it's the truth, right? And they want to look at price. But guys, I'm sure you would mature yourself as not only a human being, but as an investor, and realize it's all about the development. And I truly believe, Smart Deck, these guys are match made in heaven, like Adam just alluded to. Okay, Adam, so I got some of my own community questions that I did take down. So let me get you back up in the mix here on this shot. And I will go to this gentleman over here. His name is, where is he? I don't want to mispronounce his name. I think it's Gunna. So Gunna, who's a very popular guy, actually. I think he's on Sona's blacklist, if you know what I'm saying. But Gunna asked this, right? And like, this is the thing, right, guys? So like, I'm not going to hold nobody... I'm not going to say, hey, you're a bad guy for saying this and that, but I can see where the admins are coming from. These guys deal with the same shit. 60,000 people over and over and over, dude. Like, my channel isn't nowhere near that big, but I get pissed with people, too. Like, just recently, I got upset with a couple guys, so I totally feel their pain. I can see both sides of the story here. So anyways, gonna ask Adam, why not implement Digitex pairing pays from day one? People are not interested in cashing out profit, sending it to Mercatox or Hit BTC, which is a very fair question. Like, I mean, I don't want to send it there if I, yeah.
Right, it won't be Digitex BTC pairs, but we're gonna have Digitex against Ethereum spot markets from day one. So when you come to the futures exchange, it's gonna be a futures and spot exchange. So you're never gonna have to leave our exchange in order to acquire Digitex tokens or to sell Digitex tokens.
Awesome. Also
the spot markets are going to be commission free too. So the futures exchange is going to be commission free, but the spot markets are also going to be commission free. So you're going to be able to buy Digitex commission free and sell them commission free, and you're going to be able to buy and sell other ERC20 tokens too. We may not be doing Bitcoin and other coins like that because we want it to all be smart contract driven. We want it to be non-custodial, which means that we're going to be very firmly tied to, Ethereum scaling solutions. So we might not be able to even do Digitex Bitcoin pairs, for instance. But, we're going to look into that if we can, but we probably won't be able to do that. We're going to be able to do Digitex Ethereum pairs and other ERC20 tokens against each other.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at the chat. If you see me glancing at, I'm sorry. I am listening. David Morales, my main man in my chat, my boy, my dog, longtime subscriber, now friend from Miami. He says the rookies that wants to know about price prediction, shaking my head. Big shout out to D'Angelo as well, and Jaharis as well. So this is the second part of that, Adam. So what about liquidity? Because this is not my area of expertise, and I don't profess to be a professional. But in liquidity to start an exchange, what do you think? Roughly 100 to 200 BTCs to start.
The thing is, you've got to bear in mind that the only currency you can use on our futures exchange is the Digitex token.
Yeah, right.
So we've got 100 million Digitex tokens held back for the purpose of market making, which is 10% of the entire supply of Digitex tokens. Now, you can look, we are a very well capitalized exchange. That's like another exchange that's Bitcoin denominated having 10% of all Bitcoins in circulation for the purpose of market making. That would be a very, very well capitalized exchange, right? If you had 10% of all Bitcoins. So we are going to have extreme liquidity because, the only token you can use on our futures is the Digitex token, and our market makers have 10% of the entire supply of Digitex tokens for the purpose of, bidding and offering and keeping those spreads very tight.
Okay, thank you for that. And I guess the same thing goes for with the leverage. I guess you'll need more liquidity for that, but you just pretty much answered that those two questions with that one answer. Okay, that makes sense to me, Adam. You okay there, Adam?
I'm fine. Yeah.
You're good. All right, bro. Nice. I didn't hear you.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's good.
Good stuff. Okay, so next community question here. We got Ori, my man in my Telegram chat rather. Yo, Adam, in all honesty, can we trust you to pull this one off? Still.
Well, you should never trust anyone that says trust me. So I'm not going to say that. Like I say, I don't always make the best decisions. I may not be the best manager in the world, but I never quit. I persevere, and especially now, I'm not spinning off into some depression or anything. It's exactly the opposite. Now that I've got Smart Deck on side, I'm so excited about the possibilities of this. Smart Deck have been the missing key here. We've had a lot of the ingredients necessary. The development side was lacking. Now that we've got them, yes, you can trust us to get this exactly right, because we're gonna hit this one out the park. We've had other major successes. We've fallen down on the development side, but we're gonna get this right in a major way too, because that's what we do. We are gonna hit this one out the park. I promise you.
Okay, yeah, no, thank you for the answer there. Let's move on to another live chat question, guys. We're wrapping up soon, okay? I got about 2 more questions after this, so please, any questions, let me know right now. Okay, guys, let me know right now why they don't list Digitex. So why don't they list Digitex on any big popular exchange? For me, I don't care about that. You guys already have, your exchange is in the making. So, that's the big popular exchange right there. Digitex is definitely popular, right? Now it is even more so.
Exactly. We got better marketing than most of those other exchanges, and we don't even have an exchange yet, and everybody knows who we are. We've actually got a product that's actually good and that's actually commission-free and non-custodial. You don't even have to trust the exchange with your money. I mean, do you think that might be popular? Do you think, if we look at the silver lining on this latest debacle with this development project, everybody now knows who we are, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So exactly. If we turn this around from this point on, which we're going to do, we're going to be seen, everybody knows who we are. We turn it around, we're going to get a lot of credibility for that, and it's just going to go to the next level. So this isn't actually as big a disaster as it may seem to be on the surface. This has got us a lot of attention, and if we turn this around amidst all that attention, we're going to get credibility for that. We're going to get props for doing that.
Yeah, no, thank you, Adam. Sorry. Once again, I'm looking at the chatter. So, Carlos Meza. What's up, Carlos? Thank you for joining us once again, bro. Really appreciate you, pal. Always supporting the channel. Carlos Meza brings up a good point, and this slipped my mind because I was going to bring it up to you. And I don't, you're not aware of it probably, but, dude, the fanatics, the Digitex fanatics are just ransacking SmartDeck's Telegram chat. I mean, I don't know. You should probably tell them to just calm down, though. You know what I mean? Like, no, SmartDeck is like, all right, man, we got to tell Adam we can't do this anymore. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I spoke to them about that today. I was speaking to them about that today. They were just so shocked by the onslaught. I mentioned it the other day in that AMA, and, they didn't come out with an initial response because they got like 100 emails. Their Telegram was just absolutely taken over. They just didn't know what to do. They were like, what the hell's just happened? So they're getting it under control now. I did say that they can have a couple of our Telegram admins if they need, because their Telegram...
I think Sona and Gary is going to have to multitask in and out those chats. You know what I mean? But yeah, so and one more thing I want to mention, Crypto Don, we give a lot of credit to these guys. Obviously you got Crypto Beatles and those guys, and Ready Set Crypto, those guys are obviously doing work for you and spreading the word about Digitex. But Crypto Don, man, come on, we gotta give a shout out to Crypto Don. That guy's always dropping the knowledge.
Yeah, he's great. He's one of our top supporters. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's big on Twitter. He got his Twitter going on there. I'm not a Twitter guy. Everybody got their, what they're into with social media outlet.
I keep pressuring me to get my own personal Twitter going, because I don't really exist on social media. I'm not really into that. But everyone's saying I've got to have a Twitter account, and just like tweet my own thoughts out and different things like that. So I might be doing that soon. I'm not sure. I'm kind of
resisting,
but
I think you're gonna give John McAfee some competition with those tweets. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. You're a very entertaining, charismatic individual. I wouldn't mind, hearing what's going on in your head. So banging out those tweets, right? So that'll be cool. Okay, so let us go on here now. I'm going to bring up one from Alex, who says, in the original white paper, you are talking about creating new Digitex tokens to cover the costs. Approximately 2 years after the public launch of the exchange starting in January 2021. Now, what are you going to do about this because of all the delays we had this year? Are you going to push this to January of 2022? And that's a legitimate question, so this is why I took it.
Sure, yeah. Well, when the white paper was written, we didn't actually have the Digitex Treasury idea. So now that we've got the Digitex Treasury that takes us up till June 2021, like I say, if the token went from here in the next 2 years, 2.5 years to $1, and say the average price in that time was 50 cents, that means the Treasury is going to raise about $45 million in the next 2.5 years, which means that we're probably going to be able to put off, at June 2021 is when token issuance is supposed to start. But if we've got, $30 million sitting in the bank, we're not even going to need to do token issuance for another, 2 years, 3 years, who knows? So yes, we could potentially push out token issuance 2022 or even 2023 or 24,
Right.
If there's money sitting there, then we're not going to need to issue tokens. And this is the thing, it's not my decision. We put it to the community, and if they know that we're sitting on $30 million, they're going to vote no to any new token issuance, votes anyway, right? And quite rightly too. So gotcha. Yes, the token issuance probably is going to be put off past 2021, I would imagine, but it's the community that decides anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's a community vote, right? It's the voting through the smart contract thing, is it?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, we'll just put a proposal up I'm thinking to make it quarterly because we've got the Digitex Treasury working quarterly now, right. That it releases 10 million tokens into the token sale smart contract every quarter. So if we could keep, by the next 2.5 years, we're going to be well used to that system. So I'm thinking the token issuance system, we would have a vote once a quarter to say, right, for the next quarter, we need this amount of money, so we need to issue this number of tokens. We vote on it. If they vote yes, those tokens get minted and put directly into that token sale smart contract and then sold to the public through that mechanism. So we would just carry on the same mechanism that we've got for the Treasury, but instead of that token sale being topped up by the Treasury, it would be topped up by token issuance instead.
Yeah.
If the money, we don't need to issue new tokens.
And the Treasury, as you guys stated, and I'm sure you're always going to stick by it, but you said the Treasury is always going to have that surplus charge, right? That little bit higher price. Is it the 5? It wouldn't go lower than 5 cents, is it?
Well, we don't want to mess with the exchanges. If you buy Digitex tokens, you want to be able to sell them on the exchanges. You want to go to Mercatox or HitBTC and sell your tokens. You don't want me undercutting you, on the right. Website, on the Treasury there, selling tokens cheaper than you can sell them. So, that would mess with price discovery. It would make tokens, less attractive to own. So on the Treasury, they're always going to be, a few percent or 5% or 10% higher than what they cost on the exchange, so that most people will just go to the exchanges and buy and sell them. It's just that for people that want to buy them directly from us, that maybe don't want to open an account with a centralized exchange, just don't want to deal with that, or maybe they want to buy a big amount, they don't trust the exchanges or whatever, they can do an instant trustless transaction with our smart contract if they want. But yeah, there's always going to be a small premium.
Yeah, no, for sure. Adam, let me just look once again at the chat here, and I got one more question here, and then my conclusion. And if you're okay with taking 2 or maybe 3 questions from the live chat after that, that's cool. All right.
I got another half an hour before I lose this room, so we're good.
Okay. Dude, it's hard to be upset with you for too long, okay? I was a little bit heated. No, I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit heated. I asked the guys in my Telegram chat, I was like, I'm gonna drill this guy. I got that out the way, and it's very hard to be upset with you. I gotta say that. My gut don't lie. my gut really doesn't lie to me. That whole April 23rd thing, I had a feeling a delay might come. And now with you, it's like, shit, man, this guy's telling the truth, man. Like, I don't know. This is the impression I get.
Yeah. I mean, I really am. You just got to look at my actions up until this point. You know, I haven't been dumping. I haven't been, you know, doing all this shit. It's, you know, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere.
How about this? We create a smart contract, and you know, let's just say that how I cross-reference something is not the case. You got to give up that skateboard in the background to me. How about that? Put that up for grabs.
Oh, the skateboard in the background. Can you see the skateboard?
Oh yeah, I see it right there.
I'm not giving up that skateboard.
All right. Okay, guys. So once again, I will be for the community right now, so we don't, you know, for people watching the replay, you know, we don't want no dead time, so to speak. So do leave your questions now. As I present this one that I took down prior to the this interview. Here we go. So this is Alex once again, and this is, I love this question. So I have Adam considered not only to partner with SmartDeck, but also to make them owner of a certain percentage of Digitex. In that way, I think SmartDeck can give so much more to Digitex now in the future. I really do love that, and I know you can't make up this decision on the spot, but, you know, it's definitely something, you know, it's something to think about, I think. You know, as an investor, we would love something like that. It shows that they're there long-term.
Right, I mean, I never rule out anything. I'm, like I say, I'm going to Moscow next week. I'm really going to sit down face-to-face with the owner of the company. I've been speaking to him for hours and hours over Skype, but it's always better when you do this stuff face-to-face. We're going to, you know, hammer out the exact details of absolutely everything, and, you know, maybe that subject will come up, and, you know, we could factor that into some of the costs. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not ruling out something like that. I firmly want to show SmartDeck that I'm, you know, 100% committed to this partnership. I want them to be 100% committed to it. So, you know, you never rule anything out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sounds good to me. Okay, guys, so as I said, I'm going to take some community questions, worthy ones of that. Don't ask when Binance, when Moon, when Lambo, okay? When launch, okay? Ask some real friggin' questions, guys, okay, please? So bring them. Now's your chance. Adam does have half an hour, but I hate watching replays and it's just dead time. You know, nothing's going on. So please let me know any questions. Now is your time, or forever rest in peace. Oh, by the way, Pac-Man Carter, my man, I really appreciate you as well. Puppy Love and also Musclehead. You guys are, you know, fantastic. I really do enjoy and your company during my live streams. You guys support the channel greatly. Okay, so blowing on exchange listing instead will jeopardize the project. Investors contributed. Okay, so John Doe says this. Investors contributed $5,200,000 more than a year ago. How much is left now? The public has the right to know what the runaway is. Transparency and accountability. I don't know if you want to respond to that or if it made sense to you.
Well, we never give running updates on what our account balance is, but, you know, we're good. We're good. We got over a year of, you know, the way we're spending money right now. We got over a year, and we've also got the Digitex treasury as well. So, you know, within that year, as long as the token price goes to more, because I don't want to sell tokens less than 5 cents. It's just ridiculous. I don't even want to sell them at 5 cents, to be honest with you. But once it gets back above 5 cents, I'll get the treasury price back in line with the market price. But, you know, like I keep saying, if we get that token price even at 10 cents, the token price at 10 cents, the treasury's got, you know, $9 million worth of tokens in it. You know, we were at 10 cents a week ago, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got, what does this guy say here? The Crypto Lifestyle. I am filming this live chat also. Do you mind if I post? No, bro, go ahead. Post it, man. Go ahead. That's fine, man. No worries there, Tendor. Go ahead. We got here Alex K. Lorient. Hey, I was going to say something, but forget it. Okay, Crypto Lifestyle. We support Adam and his vision. Okay, thank you, D'Angelo. Questions, guys, please. Questions. Okay, we got two more. Two more questions for anybody here. Somebody said something about paper. Okay, so I don't know, it's a typo. Planning paper trading so people can learn how to trade beforehand. Yeah, you got a partnership, I believe, with Ready Set Crypto, who I call, I don't know, don't hate me, Adam. I call him Ready or Not Here I Come because he's playing hide and go seek right now. But I don't know. I don't know if he has a how to trade kind of program going on. Don't hate me for that, Adam. You know me. I'm like you, bro. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And I say that a lot, but whatever. I love them. They do a lot of content creating. They actually create content and put it in work. So I appreciate everything they're doing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, those guys are great. But we are planning on doing some kind of paper trading system so that you can start using it without using real money, yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. One more question, and we're gonna end this. And I'm gonna do my conclusion, and we're gone. Okay, okay, dude. I'm not even gonna mention that. That's just stupid. Guys, you got about 10 seconds, and we're gonna call it quits. Okay, so as I said, one more question, and then we're done. Okay, here we go. So, John Doe again. I want to give someone else the floor here. John Doe, sorry, man. I gotta ask somebody else. If I don't see another question in 5 seconds, I'll definitely ask yours, though. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. John Doe it is. Is it true that previous demo versions were centralized, but now SmartDeck is tasked with creating a decentralized one from square one? Yeah, that's a great question, because I think Spotware, the old guys, those the C-Trader guys, they were saying they're trying to start it from scratch. Now, does SmartDeck have something to work off of? Which I'm sure they do.
Yeah, what we were going to do is, see, this is why this is also good for the project. We were going to launch as a centralized exchange, and then in the background, we were carrying on working with the Plasma guys to make it a non-custodial exchange. Now that we're working with SmartDeck, what we're going to launch, when we launch, that is out the gate going to be a non-custodial exchange.
Okay, all right.
It's way better. What we launch is going to be way better. It's going to have the spot markets integrated fully into it, commission-free spot markets. So it's going to be, a futures exchange and spot exchange that's non-custodial and commission-free. It's going to be a beast.
Yeah. Okay, great stuff, guys. Okay, guys, that's it. We're done. Adam answered questions during the live chat, from the live chat rather, and also the ones I took down. He answered my hard-pressed questions, and Adam, I do respect you a lot for that. So I'm gonna say my conclusion, then we're gone. Okay. So let me just yeah. Okay, guys. So in my conclusion, I'm not the type of guy to look at price when I invest into a project, but what I do look at intensively is project development, because I know price will follow suit thereafter. And me personally, I am very pleased to know that Adam has finally got some real blockchain developers on board in SmartDeck. So my morale and confidence has gone 10x since I researched SmartDeck, and I highly recommend you guys research them yourself. So that being said, you all can expect me to be covering Digitex Futures and its developments in the days, weeks, and months to come. So once again, Adam, thank you for bringing your brass balls onto my channel and facing the music. And this is why I love you and I respect you, brother. You're not afraid of the pressure. We're alike like that. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say, loud and clear. And don't let nobody ever take that shit away from you, okay? So guys, there ain't really much left to say other than until the next video. Oh shit, wait, actually, my bad. There is something we need to say. Adam, what kind of lifestyle you'll be living, buddy?
The crypto lifestyle, baby.
Boom! There we go, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard it from the man himself, alright? So, you know what? There ain't really much left to say now other than until the next video live stream, you're on your own. Later.